Hey guys, how's everyone doing today? I know, 2 videos in quick succession. What's going on? I've gone through doing like 1 or 2 over 3 or 4 months to 2 in 2 days. But you know, you can tell by my speech, you can tell by how I am. I'm proactive, things are going okay at the moment. You know, I'm working out again, and that's what I've missed. And you know, I wanted to do this quick one because I've had quite a few messages off of the previous video that I've done, and the majority of the messages have been about the time aspect. A lot of people saying but Jason, you know, I don't have the time, or Jason, how do you create the time? How have you got the time? So, you know, I wanted to do a quick video on this. And, you know, with all my videos, I don't know your personal situation. That's a discussion that you've got to have with your heart and your mind and yourself. Only you can determine that. All I can do is say to you guys what works for me, and that's what this is about. Like I always say, I don't get anything out of this other than that I'm trying to help people, which helps me. It's arguably a selfish thing because I get reward out of this by knowing that I've potentially helped other people through learning through myself. You know, so yeah, how do I do this? Because I do honestly work at the very least 12 hours a day. I do work out as much as I can. I do a school run in the mornings, you know. So how do I do it? The key to time is, as I said in the previous video, you can't make more time. You can't physically make more time. Once the time is up, it's up. But what you can do is you can do lots of things to be proactive and save yourself time. Now, what I mean by that is things like this. So, for example, I stream most of my movies and most of my programs. The reason I do that is when you stream, there's no adverts. So if I'll stream a series, because then what would normally last for an hour and 12 minutes on BBC or ITV, because they've got their adverts, by streaming it, the show actually lasts for something like 45 minutes. So I'm saving myself nearly 15 to 20 minutes on watching time, purely because of adverts. So stream stuff instead of watching through the adverts, because not many of us, no matter how proactive you are, not many people are going to get up and start doing stuff in the adverts. Some do, I get that, but you know, if you're watching something in the evening, you start to chill out, you're not going to do that. If you don't stream stuff, if you don't have all the platforms like Netflix, Amazon and Apple TV and all of this stuff, then it's very rare you haven't got a device that records things. So, you know, Love Island's a classic one. I keep bringing Love Island up. Believe it or not, I'm not a massive fan of Love Island. I'm not going to sit here and lie because I don't care what people think about me. I do watch the end parts of Love Island. I like it when the drama kicks in and everyone's swapping partners and it's all kicking off and it's all dramatic. I kind of like that. Don't know why. Sounds terrible, but I just find that more entertaining TV than just a load of weirdos trying to figure each other out. But you know, that's a typical show that tends to be on for like over an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes, or maybe longer. I don't know, whatever it's on for. But it's absolutely riddled with adverts. So what you could potentially do to save time is record it. You don't have to watch it live, or live time. Just record it. And then when you do go to watch it, if it's 10 minutes after it started, 15 minutes after it started, you can forward through all the adverts and you've saved yourself another 15, 20 minutes. You can do little things like you can get some organisation as to where your placement of things are in the house. Now, another example of this is I try to rely on whole foods. That's not always possible, depending on what my workout is. If I'm bulking, I need a bit more. I particularly need more protein. It's not always achievable easily with whole foods. So I've got what I would call my workout cupboard in the kitchen, which is most out the way for everyone else, because it's a selfish cupboard, it's purely for me. But what it does is everything I need is in there. All my shaker bottles, all the lids, all the little contraptions that you use to shake things up, all my spoons, my protein powders, protein bars, my flaxseed, my oats, everything I need is in that cupboard. Because what I found is, and you know, I try to be this ambassador of time, so to speak. No, I'm not going to ever say anything to you guys that I don't practice myself, because that's just not me. I can't advise on something I don't do. So I found that I was wasting a lot of time when I was going in the kitchen and digging out my bullet, digging out the bits I needed for it, all in separate cupboards of course, going to the fruit bowl to get a banana, going to the bread cupboard to get some almond butter, and then going to the fridge to grab some almond milk, and then going over here for flaxseed, over here for oats, over here for the protein powder. I could just save all my time by just going in one cupboard and just picking it all out doing it, shaking it all up, putting it back in, job done. You know, so there's ways you can save time like that. When you are man or woman, doesn't matter who it is, we should be sharing roles as best we can. You know, in our house we try to have blue jobs and pink jobs. They're not necessarily just blue, but it tries to keep some routine. You know who's doing what. Barely works, but we try. But you could do things like this. You could have set jobs around the house so that everyone knows what each other's doing. When it comes to doing the clothes, you know, particularly for kids, if you've got kids, you can set things out in a bit of an order to save yourself time in the mornings. So you can see there's lots of little ways you can soon save time here and there. Because what you've got to understand is, in my videos where I'm suggesting people work out to get healthier for mental health, let's not be tricked into thinking that I'm saying you need to be an athlete, or you need to be training to get into a boxing ring, or you need to be training to run a marathon. That's not the same. That's conditioning. Training for an event or to be doing something like that is conditioning. I've never said train for conditioning, because trust me, that's hard and it's not sustainable. Most people that train for conditioning don't do it all year round. Not to that extent. They'll keep fit all year round, but just before they've got the Olympics or the athletics or their boxing match, they'll go through a massive conditioning stage, and then it stops because your body can't sustain that for long. So I'm not talking conditioning. I'm not even talking working hard enough to change your physique and get in shape. Not quite as hard as conditioning, but it's still incredibly hard. That's not the workout I'm talking about for mental health, because you can do it, but you don't need that. To help your mental health, all you need is literally 15-20 minutes a day of doing something active. That's all you need, just to get the blood pumping, get your adrenaline going, get your testosterone levels up. That is literally all we're talking about, guys. And the same with the food. Let's not got twisted into thinking I'm saying we've all got to eat nothing but salad with some protein and, you know, eating perfect food. I'm not saying that. You know, eat your pizzas, eat your nuggets, eat your McDonald's, do what you want. But what I'm trying to get you guys to do is to understand the importance of getting everything into your body that your body needs. You know, don't just live off of high cholesterol, high fat carbs. Get the protein, get the fibers, get the vitamins, get the different acids that you need. Give your body everything that it needs to function at its best. Ideally, you don't want to be having much junk food, but I'm not suggesting perfection. I'm suggesting little tweaks. That is literally all we're doing. And with the grand scheme of this time thing, to make this as simplistic as I possibly can, the average human adult spends roughly 16 hours a day awake. If you can save yourself 2 minutes every hour, 1 minute every half an hour, by doing these little things here and there, you can save yourself just over half an hour. Not only is that double the time you could put into just getting your health right, you could actually put more effort into your health, or you could grab yourself 15-20 minutes to do something else. It's that simple. Literally 1 minute every half an hour. If you can save yourself that, spend a bit less time in the toilet, on the toilet if you're a guy. We all know guys like to take their phones. You know, don't take your phone to the bathroom. If you like a long soak in the bath, have a long soak in the bath minus 10% of it. You know, if my wife was to knock 10% off of her baths outside of having a baby, gotta give her that, but when the kids are older, you know, she likes a long soak in a bath. Knock 10% off of that, that's that workout time. It's that simple. And you know, that's why I get frustrated when people say I haven't got time. Some people generally haven't, and I'm not making that judgment. Like I said, it's a discussion you've got to have with yourself. But if you've got time to watch EastEnders, to watch Love Island, to catch up with all the gossip on Facebook, to scroll through reels on TikTok and everything else, please don't be saying to me you don't have time. Because there's lots of things I'd like to do instead of slogging my guts out in my garage gym in the heat. But do you know what? There's things I want out of life. I want to be a certain type of shape. I want to be a certain type of health. So what I do is I act on it and I work for it. Again, I'm not saying if you don't have the time you don't work. I think most people know me well enough by now. I know everyone's got different situations, but it really isn't difficult to save yourself 15 minutes in a day to pace around your house, pace around the garden, walk up the road, walk to the post box. Just to do that, not even weekends, just Monday to Friday. Do it in your lunch break. You know, if you've got a lunch break at work, eat your food, get your food ready, get it prepped, go for a little walk around the shop, go for a walk around the office, walk to the shops. That's all you need, guys. You'll be surprised how much of an improvement that makes. So I hope that puts a bit of clarification on what I'm trying to get across at time, but I really don't want people thinking that I'm suggesting unreasonable targets, because that's not what I'm doing. That's how I started on my journey. I work out a lot more now. That's my choice. You don't need to work out the way that I'm working out. I'm doing that for me. You know, you've got to do what's right for you, and all this stuff is going to help you on that positive journey in the right direction and to get you going. Anyway guys, I've now pulled up at work. I'm going to go and get started. I think I've got enough time for a quick cigar. Let's go get it. Have a great day. Think about what I've said. Don't sit on it. Start it straight away. Start it now. Don't start tonight. Don't start tomorrow. Don't start Monday. Start your journey now. See you guys.